big hall, so I want you to still project your piano, but less pedal. Think about the 16th notes before you begin. I'm Jeffrey Sharkey. It's my second year at Encore Music Projects. It's a special treat for me to come. We come all the way down from Scotland because of some of the unique features of this course. It's one of the most intense. It's got a great commitment from its faculty, who have to teach about 7 or 8 hours a day, and then we perform in several of the concerts, and we're giving a lot of attention to students. And my focus this year has been on the chamber music and some composition. I love chamber music. That's my first love as a pianist. I didn't like the lonely life of a solo pianist. I always like collaborating with others. And what's great about chamber music is the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. And for some of the young people here, it might be the first time they've played chamber music. And they come in thinking, well, it's enough that I've learned my part. And they realize they have to not only listen to the others, but they have to be thinking analytically. Where is the music going? Who has first voice? They have to be paying 100% attention. And I work on that with them. They have to vary what they would do in solo playing, where they might have a competent pianist following them no matter what. They have to have an inner rhythmic core, and some of the repertoire we've been exploring, from Mendelssohn to Dvorak to Dohnányi, has been really exciting. These kids are achieving a huge amount. They work so hard, and what's really beautiful is they come from all around the world, and they bring with them their cultures, whether it's joking about, well, who comes from the hottest place? If you think England's hot, what about Qatar? Or what about Madrid? But also they have a different way of making music, and they have to come together in those large ensembles. And it's not so much about compromising, it's about listening and adapting. These tiny motor skills, this really ability to tie your brain to what your hands are doing is incredible. They learn so much when they're here.
Playing in chamber music is a whole separate kind of skill set that teaches you communication skills, how to work with others, how to listen to each other, like listening skills for string players. And we have a pianist, and so it's a whole different instrument that you learn how to adapt to.
Yes, we're doing the Dvorak Quintet, Opus 81, and it is an amazing piece. I've actually played the second violin part before, doing the first violin part this time, so it's nice to learn something new. And I have to say there is a variety of really amazing musicians on this course.
And you learn so much from each other, just from each rehearsals, and just learn how to listen to other instruments. And it's not just about you, and it's about cooperating, about communicating through music.
But with this quintet, we've really got to know it really well now, and we're performing it tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to it because it's got to a really good standard, I think. And we're going to perform it in that lovely hall just over there.
What I really love about this camp is that you get a lesson with your teacher every single day. So at most music festivals you get a lesson once or twice a week, but it's a whole different experience working with your teacher every single day. I think the intensity, it allows you to really show your progress over a shorter amount of time.
There are a lot of courses that you go on that often you just don't get quite so much. What it is just contact time. And here you get all of that. It's really good to have lessons every day. By the time you get to the end of the week, you've essentially had a term's worth of lessons, where you would have had one every week normally. So
all of the faculty here is very, very professional, amazing musicians from all over the world, which I think is another key thing here, is that it's very international. And I think that gives you, perspective on different cultures and different schools of teaching, which I think is very helpful.
There's a huge array of things on this course that they offer to the students, some of which you wouldn't ever get to do at home because, for example, something like conducting, I didn't do it this year, and I wish I did actually, because I saw the conductors today, and most of them hadn't conducted in their life, but after this week of conducting, they've got to this amazing level. Do loads of other things like lots of different chamber music experiences. There's a violin ensemble with just violins, a cello ensemble with just cellos. It's really, really good, this violin ensemble. There are about 28 of us, I think. Getting the chance to lead and sort of work with all different ages. I think that's one of the most interesting things.
Elena Shvetsova, our course director, was talking about how inspiring it was to see all of the faculty members perform in front of the kids every 2 days. And I think that's very important because not only are they teaching 7 hours a day, 9 hours a day in my teacher's case, but they are also performing for the kids, and I think that really shows like how professional they are. And a lot of them are preparing these massive chamber works, and I think that's so inspiring for us to see because we can see what we'll be like in the future, and this may have a huge effect on how we approach our music in the future as well.
I was really impressed by the level of the playing of the teachers. It's just amazing.
There's a real energy here. No one gets left behind, whether they're playing soccer with full intensity or they're practicing or rehearsing with full intensity. And what's been such a pleasure, I've been working with some of the young ones, and I think they've surprised themselves with how they've gotten to play the tempos correctly, how they've listened to one another, they've worked on some shared intonation, they've worked on different varieties of sound. In a way, they'll go back to their solo playing when they go back to their home countries as if they've had a real burst of energy, like an infusion, a catalytic converter that's going to really drive them forward for the next several years. First of all, Richard and Elena work incredibly hard throughout the year, and especially in high gear when they're here. And what's amazing about them is, they make it personal. If there's a problem, they will solve it. You know they care deeply, and they're great musicians, and that permeates the feeling of the course. And that also means that they're taking care, as are we faculty, that the youngest to the oldest feel involved. They don't feel left out.
Encore Music Project is just so great. It's just the community between the assistants, the teachers and the students. It was really amazing to have Gary Ryan as the composer and also the teacher. Elena and Richard definitely do a great job in placing you together with the teacher that really has the most benefits for you.
Courses like this, just they kind of keep your focus again throughout the summer till you start again, if you're someone like me who's at music college. And yeah, I can definitely see myself coming on this one again because just of the amount of lessons you get and the lovely people. But whether it's orchestral lessons or solo lessons or even the choir, really just a really lovely atmosphere in general, actually.